Hello everyone, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for my Happy Friday series. Now in my Happy Friday series, I use what's in my stash. So I'm going to grab this stamp set. It's my cute little sewing stamp set, but I have no clue on who makes it. So if you guys can help me out, if you guys know who makes this, leave me a comment below and then that way I can post it. But I'm also going to be using the 6x6 paper pad. It's from Crate Paper. It's called Pretty Party. And it's a well-used paper pad, as you can see, a lot of bits and pieces. So I thought I'd grab some of those bits and pieces and make a card. So let's jump in and get started. Now I'm just going to grab a piece of white cardstock, and then I'm just going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp my images because I am going to be using my alcohol markers. Now I chose two images. I'm going to stamp these scissors, and then I'm going to stamp this adorable little pincushion. Love that. Just so cute, huh? Now I'm going to stamp that, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. Now this one says, "Friendships are sewn one stitch at a time." And I just love this sentiment. It's adorable. And so I'm going to stamp that on my white cardstock as well. Lovely. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and get to coloring. Now for coloring, I'm going to use my little cheapy alcohol markers. These alcohol markers are called Bionyo. I got them on Amazon. I know a lot of you guys ask, so I thought I'd just let you know. So far they work they work well for me, so I don't have anything negative to say about them. They blend good for me, and so on my paper I like them. So I'm just coloring in my little pincushion, and then I'm also I used 3 shades of red, and then for the leaf area I'm just using 2 shades of green, and then for the scissors I grabbed 3 shades of yellow. Now I'm not going to worry about the blades on the scissors because I thought I'd try something different. Now I don't know if it's going to turn out, but I thought it'd be fun to try something a little different with those. Now to cut these out, I'm going to grab a stitch circle die, and I'm going to one that fit my little pincushion, and I'm just going to secure that with some post-it tape. And then I have a fishtail banner die, and I'm going to use that for my sentiment. And I'm going to go ahead and run that through the Big Shot and cut those out. Everything but the scissors. Okay, lovely. Now for the scissors, I thought it would be neat to add an element with embossing powder. So I'm using my Versa marker. I haven't used this in a while. And it's nice for fine areas. And so these scissors are pretty little, so it worked pretty good. I'm using some Nuvo embossing powder. This is Simply Silver. And I'm just going to go ahead and heat set that. And I think they turned out so neat. So cute. Love that. I'm going to use my scissors and just fussy cut those out. At first I was going to leave the centers of the scissors in, but they kept looking like eyes to me. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm just using my crocodile to cut out the circles from the scissors. Okay, now we have our elements. Now let's work on our little panel. I grabbed some papers and cut them into strips, and then I'm going to use a scallop circle die for this big pattern paper here, and I'm just going to cut that out, and I think that would look nice to put behind my little pincushion there. Now I have a piece of white cardstock that I trimmed down to 2 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it will fit the length of my card base. Now I thought it'd be neat to make like a quilted kind of a look for this, so I'm just using my tape runner and going over that entire piece of white cardstock here, and I'm gonna just kind of arrange my papers just directly over the top part there at a diagonal. Very easy to do, a nice way to use your scraps, guys. I'm just going to flip that over and trim off all that excess there. Lovely. Okay, now since the papers did have like a antique-y look, I thought, well, actually before I did that, there's a straight stitch in that stamp set, and then there's like a crisscross. So I'm using the crisscross stitch, and I'm just going to add some stitching to my little quilted panel here. I thought the effect that this gave really made it look stitched. So I love the way this turned out. Just a couple more here. And then on that darker pattern paper, I grabbed my white gel pen and used some straight stitching lines, some faux stitching over that. And I was so happy with the way that turned out. Here's where I took some vintage photo distress ink, and I'm going to go just around the edges here. And then I thought, while I'm at it, I'm going to go around my little pincushion circle, and then also the scallop circle here, and also the little itty bitty scissors. Kind of gives it a little antique-y look. I like that. And then I decided to leave my sentiment the bright white, just because I wanted that to stand out a little bit more on the card. Now I'm grabbing my white cardstock, my card base. I'm kind of figuring out my arrangement, how I want it. I tucked that scallop circle underneath my quilted paper, and then I just used my tape runner to secure that to my card base. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop up my sentiment along with my pincushion. And then I thought, since it is like a little sewing themed card, I'm going to grab some twine. This is just some white twine, and I'm going to double it up because it's pretty thin, and then I'm going to loop it a few times. And I thought that would be a cute little accent to this card. Now, instead of securing it with a glue dot or anything, I just placed it on top of that scallop circle area. I figured that the foam tape would secure it down, and it did. It secured it really well. I'm just going to place that right on top. Lovely. Now I already popped up my scissors with some foam tape as well, and I'm just going to place that right there on the bottom, and I just think that looks so cute. And now for my bells and whistles, I thought I would use my Wink of Stellar shimmer pen to go over my pincushion. And then for my stash, I have some Ranger liquid pearls that have been neglected. I have tons of different colors, so each one of those little pins I made different colors, and it added a nice little accent to the card. And that was it, guys. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this encourages you to go through your stash and use those stamps you haven't used in a while. And also at the end here, there's 2 more videos with my Happy Friday series if you want to check those out. If you're new and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And hey guys, let me know how I'm doing. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.